Hello everyone. Today's going to be like a Christmassy episode. Joined with Hannah, and Hannah likes Christmas, so we're going to make it a Christmassy episode. Today we're going to be speaking about mental health, might school council, and our hobbies. So it's going to be really cool. Lead up to Christmas as well. So Hannah, would you mind just introducing yourself a little bit?
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm an ambassador at the Multi Schools Council, and I became an ambassador around I think a half a year ago when I wanted because I had a friend in it and I felt that it was quite I found it quite interesting what the Multi Schools Council do, so I just wanted to get involved, and because of a personal medical issue that I have, I thought maybe I could talk about it more and spread more awareness, and I'm really happy that I did join. So yeah.
Yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it? Like get involved in different things.
Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, was that like with the talent show that we did recently? Was that kind of your first? Is that the first event that you did there, or was there any? Did you do any before?
It was the first event that I did, because I don't know, I just didn't really have that many opportunities to do stuff before. But but yeah, it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed myself and kind of got to know the people that were in there more.
Like that, it's pretty fun, the talent show. Um,
Yeah, it was
like
quite nice to because people with their talents, you just kind of get to know them more and you get to see what other people actually enjoy. And yeah, because they all got introduced, you actually know the people's names other than just seeing them on the website and stuff. And it's just quite nice to know personal things about people. And yeah, just yeah.
yeah, there's like we said before, there's lots of ambassadors, and I know all 97 of them weren't there at the talent show, but
I don't think it would have fit all those people anyways, but
yeah, you just had the audience of the ambassadors, not the audience.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, did did you enjoy what you did? Your little like speech? Did
Yeah, I really enjoyed it because I like drama at school, and I actually Alex, Alex, can you go please? Sorry, it's my younger brother.
it's all right.
Just walked into the room. Yeah, so I quite like drama at school, and it's helped me like boost my confidence a lot since since I joined in high school in year seven, and I just felt that I don't know, I'd make a speech, and yeah, it was originally going to be a monologue, but I wasn't sure what to make it about, so then it just ended up into like an inspirational talk. So yeah, and I think drama's helped me a lot because it's made me more confident, because I wasn't really confident in myself quite a while ago, but yeah, I'm just really happy that I got to do it.
Yeah, drama is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like you said, you was nervous when you when you went up, didn't you? Like you said you was quite nervous about doing it before.
Yeah,
So
I
that
was really nervous because I don't know, because it's quite different, because if I ever had to do monologues in my drama class, it would be in front of my class at school, in front of the people I know, and I think it's quite different doing it in front of an audience that you don't actually know. But I think that's also like it's quite a good thing as well, because it kind of helps you in a way, like with talking and communicating with people that you don't know. Because what I mean is, like, I'm really in the past I was like really self-conscious, and I was like really worried about like people saying stuff about me, and now spreading rumors, because that's what a lot of people did about me in the past, and it just kind of really took a toll on my confidence. But I think that doing the talent show and the speech, because I didn't really know anyone there, um it just kind of helps me with that,
yeah,
being more confident in front of other people. Yeah.
yeah, it is very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Um, just standing up there, like I know I hosted the thing, but
Yeah.
I was pretty nervous, like when I was getting up there, like straight away. Um, when I said my little speech about having Crohn's at the start, because I was pretty nervous about that.
Yeah.
Because
It's quite
I
hard
it,
first.
yeah, it was hard because like we did our little rundown, and then it's all kind of serious for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then we're back to having fun.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah. And hearing Kieran Pearce was supposed to wear the elephant. He was supposed to wear that and he loses it.
Yeah.
Um, which we had to say that it was they weren't turn up, but weren't turn up. That was pretty funny. Um, because at the time I was in the cafe bit, talking to people, and he comes to me and comes to Connell as well, and he tells us, at this time we should nearly it's about 5 minutes to go in because it was at the break,
Yeah.
and we're waiting. We're actually walking down, near enough walking down to go back in, and he's still in his clothes. He ain't changed, and when we left the room, we had to get him to get changed, so because he couldn't be in the room.
This is Con, wasn't it? Or
Connor was there as well.
yeah.
We were both at the cafe bit, and he wasn't changed. He said he left it in the toilet, and he couldn't find it, and I thought, it was very strange.
Well, different experiences every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was pretty funny. I know one person in particular. Before we went in, was really excited to see the elephant as well. Um,
Yeah.
Will. And then when they found out, they weren't very happy. Yeah. But yeah, is that something you like because of the drama? Is that like, do you like doing that kind of stuff, like doing like a speech in front of people?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I really like it because I'm also like I'm doing a play at school right now, so we're rehearsing, because we're going to be doing like this competition against other schools in April, I think. Yeah, in April, and yeah, and I haven't actually been in the play before because because of COVID in year seven we didn't really do much in drama, and it's only like last year that we kind of started doing more, and I don't know, I just found out that I really like it because I think because as you grow older you don't really play that many games, you just kind of grow out of that imagination, like make believe, but I think it's quite fun because you just kind of get to escape reality, and you get to like pretend and be a bit more childish sometimes, and but everyone takes it seriously, so yeah, it's quite an enjoyable subject for me, and yeah.
Yeah, I love drama at school. It's really fun. Because you don't have to be yourself. You can be you can in the drama room. You can just be someone else. So you're not outside of it.
Yeah, it's really funny to see, like, because we have to make little group performances sometimes, and like at the currently we're learning how to do stage fighting, and it's like really funny because we have to make our own scenes about how two people get into like a fight, and like there's some boys in my class because of the World Cup, like they wanted to do a football scene where someone gets given a yellow card or something, and I can just imagine that they're going to start fighting each other because of that, and yeah, it's just quite funny to see how people do things sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Um, like I like drama was really fun. Like it was really fun. Like in there because you can. I remember at school when I was at school, it's like this surround sound room, so you can scream so loud and someone outside the door won't hear.
Yeah. Yeah, in our like drama room at school, because I think we've got like two or three drama studios, and it's like completely black, and it's really cool because they've got like these lights at the top, that with different colors, and like yeah, they've got cameras in there, and they've got like different, yeah, they've got loads of props, and like they literally have like this giant store covered like this, with loads of props and costumes, and we did this little performance last year, and when we went in there trying to find props for our play, it was like it's like I don't know, it's like a jungle in there because like, there's just like loads of shelves with loads of random stuff. Like I found a typewriter. It was just really weird, and yeah,
Yeah, it's really funny. Like I like it in the dark in drama. I think it's really cool in the dark.
yeah, it's like kind of more calm, and yeah, than like
Yeah,
classrooms, and yeah.
like but I did a play. Well, when I did drama at school, and it was very funny because I was a minor role character, so I was about 3 or 4 characters. And I'm in the dark. I have to get changed. Like I'm one character, I have to get changed into another costume. So I'm in a different one, and like I have this helper teacher behind me saying, "You got to get changed to that. You got to do that. You got to do that." And then I'm forgetting what I've got to say, and who am I supposed to be next?
Because like you have to do so much. Like I think maybe they expected a bit too much to make you like three or four characters. I think two is like even a struggle. So Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, who am I now? Um, at one point I was a husband, and then I was a person dancing, and I had to dance, and I did have to dance, and it's quite funny because I can't dance.
So I
Um,
can't dance, I can't sing, I can't do anything.
right.
Yeah.
Um, is that because it was Charlie who was an ambassador for the Motor School Council as well. We were in the
Yeah.
same drama class, and we having to dance for this scene, and where I was spinning around like like in dancing when you spin around, you spin. I'm have to do that, and we got the whole floor to ourselves, and I'm lost, and people I find it quite funny when people laugh at me. You can't do that. It's simple. You do that. But I think that's the fun of it, like drama. You get to learn new things as well.
Yeah, and people actually take it seriously, so that's fun.
Yeah. When they do take it seriously, I just like to crack a joke or something, and then everyone laughs. And then yeah,
Yeah.
I do like to. I guess I'm a bit of a joker sometimes, but I find it funny, just to make everyone laugh. It not always have to be serious.
Yeah, because if you are serious all the time, it's just, just very boring because then you're just like too into it and it's just, yeah.
Yeah, you don't. The problem about like the thing about drama is you don't want to be too into the character, like you turn into them in real life. Um,
Yeah, because then it's just like it kind of annoys everyone because then you're just like
mm,
because like I've watched those movies where like there's actors who play actors in the movie and they're pretending to get into role and like where they pretend to be the character 24/7 and it's so annoying because they won't stop talking the way the character talks. They won't like they act exactly like
mm.
them, but I'm just like no, there's a difference between reality and between plays because there's supposed to be a difference. So yeah,
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 I like acting is very much a good thing, but you got to be careful to not physically turn into that person.
yeah,
Like,
not to get too much into it. Yeah.
yeah, like you don't want to turn into, I don't know, like a villain, especially not a villain. Don't turn into a villain.
They go robbing loads of banks afterwards.
Mm. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but yeah, drama. Yeah, it's very good, but it's very fun. The boring part, I guess, is learning your lines, and then once you've done
Yeah.
that, um, uh,
Once you do that, you can go on to actually performing it and actually to the fun bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I did this, it's like last year at school. You normally, I think every school, you get to do like a play to show to other people.
Yeah.
And when I did this, I was going to be this main character. I was, and then the teacher said I'd be better suited as a moral character. At first, I was like, I said, you know best. I would have liked to be the main character, but in a way, I like to be the moral character
Yeah.
because
It's a bit
I,
pressure.
yeah, I didn't have to learn all the lines, and the person who took my place, wasn't learning the lines properly and wasn't doing it right, and I, which was I laughed a little bit because. Um, I could have done that, and then but I liked it because at that time I was quite poorly because I got that's the year I got diagnosed with Crohn's as well at that particular
Yeah.
time. Um, so it was pretty good. But yeah, learning lines is hard. It,
Yeah.
yeah.
With the play I'm doing currently, I got so annoyed because like I was really upset because so I wasn't in one week because I had like a really bad headaches and I felt really sick and I missed rehearsals. But what we did before we actually start giving out roles, because my teacher doesn't like because we were doing it on an ensemble, where all the characters are on the stage at once, and the teacher doesn't really like doing casting because he feels like some people will be left out. So basically what he did was assign us roles and we'd read the script, on the spot.
Mhm.
And because I missed a week, I missed the majority of the scripts, reading, and then he gave me a part that has no lines. And I got really upset
Oh,
about that, but still my character still has an importance and I actually because I'm glad that I don't have to be like I don't have to because some people didn't get any lines or not in the play at all, they just help out on the background characters, and I'm glad that I at least got a role even if they don't speak. But yeah, I don't think it really matters what role you have unless you get to be in that team because it's quite fun, so yeah.
yeah, yes, it's hard. It's annoying when you especially if you don't get many lines.
Yeah.
Um, Like I don't mind it. Like it's I guess it like as well like especially if you watch shows, people who don't have many lines as well, they it's good in a way because you're still there. You might not have a big role, but it's good. At least you're
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you see on these shows and like they look at my like on telly, for example, they make it look really easy, but when it's really hard.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they have all these lines, but I think now they don't read, they don't have much as rehearsing. Like maybe something like um, Emmerdale or Coronation Street. I wouldn't think they would have like rehearsing as much because it's like it's on all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if it's maybe something that like in the theatre, I think a theatre show probably would be
A lot
more
of rehearsing, yeah.
yeah, more rehearsing, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
They just kind of need to rely on people like rehearsing in their own time, and then once they do film with like a TV show or something, once they do like rehearse that one time or go on, they have to rely on them and see if they all mess up or not. But yeah.
yes, yes, it's one of those things. It's funny though when you do mess up sometimes.
Yeah, like the bloopers and like those videos and stuff. I really like watching them at the end sometimes of movies. Yeah.
Yeah, when I do acting in my I always delete the bloopers. So I should keep them really. I should make a whole video of bloopers or something. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Like me complaining about not having my laptop charger. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. There you go. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, is there any other hobbies that you like other than acting? Do you like to do anything else?
I like art. I like to rollerblade. So like the difference between rollerblading and roller skating is that like rollerblading has like inline skates, so it's like those, those roller skates with the line with the all the wheels in the middle, yeah. And I like doing tricks when I'm rollerblading sometimes, and I play the piano, but very rarely. But yeah, that's about it.
Is that easier than roller skating, rollerblading then?
I personally find it easier because they have different brakes as well. Because like with rollerblading, the brake is at the back and you just lift your heel up, and with the other one, like the roller skates, the hit like the brake is in the front, and you kind of have to like I don't know do that with your foot in the way. And I feel like I tried it in the past and I kind of fell over because I fell forward because I stopped really suddenly. So yeah, I definitely find it easier. But yeah, it's quite hard to keep your balance with them because it's not like the wheels are in the middle. It's not like you have two wheels in front and two wheels in the back. It doesn't keep you balanced. You have to do it yourself. But yeah, I actually really enjoy it.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Um, like I haven't done that, but I've done ice skating and roller skating, and I can't do it. I have to hold on to someone or get bruised.
Yeah, I find it really easy to ice skate as well because of this. Because yeah, I went ice skating this year and I found it really fun because I practiced a lot more my rollerblading in the last year because yeah, I couldn't really do that much last year. But yeah, and I just yeah, I really enjoy it. It's really
But
fun.
yeah, that's good, and you like art, you said as well.
Yeah, I like to draw a lot, but I like so my favorite and oh yeah, I do horse riding as well. I forgot to say that.
Oh, horse riding.
Yeah, I go once every month horse riding lessons. So I really like horses and I like to draw horses. So I've got pictures all up in my room of horses. And yeah, I like to paint them as well sometimes, but
Right.
yeah.
Well, is that what you painted up there?
It's a paint by number, but still, yes,
Oh.
it's the same. But yeah. I mean, I like painting, but like not people or animals. I don't know, maybe a tree, it's easier, but yeah, I find sketching and drawing a lot easier than painting, but yeah, I still like it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing an art exam in school. It's you have to be very patient. Like 2 whole days it were, and everyone's quiet. No, you can't say a thing. And
Oh my God.
like you little as whisper, the teacher says, you be quiet. You be
What what are they gonna do? Like disrupt the artwork? I don't know.
yeah. But it did turn out pretty good, even though I wouldn't say I'm the best at art. I just get little people to do it for me. Like what was the podcast with like designs and everything. I don't do that myself. I sometimes do. Like of course, like the other day we discussed about the that
Post.
yeah, the poster for the conference. I did that. I could do stuff like that. But if it's something like a just completely logo, I can't do that. I'll have support with some people. Um, but
Yeah.
because I like acting Doctor Who quite a lot of time, and I'll do quite a lot of edits of that, of maybe me in different costumes and stuff. So I I find that fun. Like when I created the podcast, I kind of did that as well, like videos of me being just different Doctor Who videos, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, well, you probably know 'cause I've got TARDIS in the background there, but
Yeah.
um, yes.
Yeah, like I just sometimes I like to get loads of little pictures or videos on my phone. I just put them together. I just put music in the background. I find it quite fun just editing stuff. It's quite fun. And I do this thing with my friend. I've got a picture of her dancing to a Christmas song in like 2020. And every year I get loads of pictures of us at Christmas and stuff, and I put it in a video with the same video of her dancing, but I'm adding stuff to it and loads of different Christmas songs every year. It's just basically a Christmas tradition where I just make fun of her dancing. But yeah.
Yeah, a yearly occurrence.
Yeah, this song this year was Feliz Navidad. Yeah, very funny. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's good to have fun though.
yeah.
Christmas.
Do you
Uh,
have any hobbies or
sorry, what was that?
I said, do you have any hobbies?
Um, I like football. I do like football.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it much. They might school cancel, but I do like it.
Hidden
Um,
secret.
yeah, in secret, yeah. I like Doctor Who. Um,
That's cool.
I like drama, part of that as well.
Yeah.
Um, I like any good series that there is, um on Netflix. Might not be on Netflix, just anything good. Um, um, I know at the moment you got that Wednesday series going around a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, all my friends are watching it, and I haven't actually watched it myself because I asked a friend about it because I was gonna watch it at her house, and she said, and I don't like horror or murder, and then I asked her like what, and she said it involves murder and it involves like horror stuff, and I said, but is it that bad really? And then I asked another friend today, and she said no, it's not that bad, but like I mean, it's fine to watch some normal stuff, but if it's like full on like really gruesome stuff, I'm not up for it, but. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I might. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it is very impactful, I guess. Like especially in the autism community actually, because the actor who plays the main character gives away lots of traits of being autistic. But yeah, it's good. It's good, but I guess there's some scenes in there that you might, if you don't like horror or stuff
Yeah.
like that, you might get a bit frightened, um, or jump scared potentially. But yeah, yeah, I got my stuff. I like gaming actually. I do like gaming.
That's cool.
Um, like I got PS5, so in my spare time, I'll sometimes play on it. Um, and any games, I like action games. I kind of like Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man new game coming out next year. So I do like that. It's probably my best thing of Marvel I like. I don't really follow much else.
Yeah. Like I've got loads of friends and I love Marvel and I just like I don't really watch Marvel films unless like they want to go to the cinema and I go with them. Like today I went to watch like the Black Panther film. Like I think it's like the newer one, like the
Oh
trilogy.
yeah,
Yeah, and I actually quite liked it. And like the characters at the start, I'm not sure if you watched it, but like the characters, like there was this army, and like they really scared me because they were just like so violent and so driven. And then they started showing more of their backstory, and then I was like, okay, they're not that bad, but yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I will watch Marvel, but I don't like all this Disney. I haven't watched any of the Disney Plus like series or anything like
no,
that.
I haven't.
Um, I've watched the only Disney Plus series I've watched. Marvel, you might. It's not even Marvel. It was that Obi-Wan Kenobi. I watched.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
But I haven't really watched any of the Marvel. I tried to watch one of them and I couldn't get into it. Um,
yeah. I think when the person watches a Marvel film, it's either they instantly like it or they don't. Like it's just
yeah,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Marvel's definitely gone downhill. Unfortunately. But I always say they should have finished it years ago. when it was Endgame and Iron Man died. I think that was a lovely way to kind of close it all. And like anything, when a franchise ends, like Star Wars, they will keep going. They will keep putting these series out there just to keep people who like the show entertained.
Yeah. It's cool. Some of them are worth watching and then
Mm.
others are not. Yeah, like when they turn Marvel films into Lego videos. Not very no, 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 thank you. But yeah.
I wouldn't like, yeah, like like the games are okay. Well, I haven't really played the games to be fair, but it's good in ways. Like they did a Lego movie, I think years ago. I watched that and when I was younger and thought, okay, that's okay. I'll go watch the next one there. But they always bring up whenever a film comes out, maybe it could be on Netflix or something like that. They'll always make a second one. They always find the second one's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, always. It's just like, or sometimes it's like the first one's great, and then they make a second or a third film and it's completely horrible and it's like not as good as the first one. They shouldn't have made it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
quite like those movies that are based on like real stories because I actually find them really interesting because it's just like so dramatic and I actually really like them. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm
they are
quite
good. Those kind of ones. Like there's a game called The Last of Us, and the annoying thing about it is that they bring it out like the first they didn't really need to do this, but they like I think it was 2010 when they brought the first Last of Us game out, and then I think in 2019 they brought they called it Last of Us Part Two, so they had a Part Two that comes out, and now that's left on a cliffhanger. So they will make another one called Last of Us Part Three that will probably come out in 2030. So I don't really like they spend like 10 years making it every year.
yeah, it's like gonna go through someone's whole lifetime just to get to
Yeah,
like the fifth movie. They'll
just like
never find out.
yeah. And there's lots about that. That is a horror, but they are making a series about it.
Yeah,
At the
of
start of
course.
January. Yeah, they're making a series about it, and you can't. If you play the game, you kind of know what's going to happen, unless they've changed it. Well, I don't think they would, but you kind of know what's going to happen. Um, and there's things in there that I don't think should have happened, especially in the second game. Um, which they make it all the 10 years wait for something that.
But something that wasn't worth it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. I think. Like actually yesterday I watched a horror thing on Netflix like that a friend of mine recommended and I watched the first part and then oh yeah that was good and then I watched the second part it wasn't good at all and I know that like it's really strange
Must have been like a different director, a different producer, or the screenwriters and stuff. Like, yeah.
yeah those actually Korean programs on Netflix I think they're actually pretty good they are pretty cool
I
um,
haven't watched any yet, but I've got a friend and she really likes to watch, all this like sort of stuff. So
yeah
yeah,
uh,
maybe might consider it.
a lot of them are horrors though and stuff like that but
Really weird love stories.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't mind watching things that are not English, and but I find it easier if it. I don't mind subtitles, but I'd rather watch something that
Yeah.
they have voice acting in English.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to really annoy me how people just like how like the mouth when they speak doesn't match up to the voice, but
Oh yeah,
I've gotten used to it now. So yeah, because I've watched a lot of stuff and yeah, watched
yeah,
almost everything on Netflix now. Don't know what to watch anymore.
yeah. It's always old, I guess. Like things like I think the better ones are old ones, like in
Yeah. Well, they replace like really good stuff, like with really old and like not old, and they replace it like like with really new and weird stuff, which I just don't think it's worth like replacing. Like I'm watching the series that I'm rewatching, and obviously it involves horses because I'm obsessed with them. But they come but it's like I don't know, a 16 or 17 um like seasons, and that's how many years they've been filming for. And then they took away like the first I don't know 7 seasons, and got so annoyed with that because they replaced it with like a movie for like something else because apparently I don't know why they deleted a bunch of it, but yeah, it's really annoying how they just delete a bunch of stuff sometimes and then you can't watch it because it doesn't exist anymore.
yeah. They say you got like this last time to watch it is on the 30th of December or something like that.
Why? Why? It's not fair.
It's not. It's not. It's
No.
it's it's not fair when that kind of stuff happens, when they just remove it. Um, I guess they leave it like for a long time now, I guess, to be on there so they can have new things rather than old things maybe. But um, it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But yeah, like that is another good hobby. Like like lot of mental health. Like, are you quite passionate about it? Like talking about mental health?
Yeah, because like I've been like, in COVID it was like really hard because I got a bit depressed in COVID because like I had lost a lot of friends because like, no one really wanted to be friends with me anymore. And I had this best friend, and because of her I didn't really have any other friends because I was with her 24/7. And then when she had this big argument with me because she kind of pressured me into doing something that I didn't want to do, and I just told her that I didn't want to do it, and then she instantly was like, "No, we're not friends anymore." And it just kind of left me on my own. And then like during the same time that we kind of stopped being friends, it was like I got diagnosed with alopecia, so like hair loss and stuff, and
Yeah,
that's also because of COVID, because like I got really stressed out in COVID and just all of this, it was just too much, and I didn't have any friends at all to speak to, and I think it's quite different because like it's obviously you have the support of your family, and it's quite, I love my family, but I also think it's important to have someone your age to relate to. And
yeah,
yeah, so I just think it's quite important to talk about mental health because like I think sometimes when people might bring up mental health, they might think of someone who has like, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like someone with autism, or they might like describe them as crazy or not normal. And I just don't think that if you have mental health, it doesn't mean you're crazy. I just think people should understand that, like, that it is okay to talk to people, because most of the time people just want to help you find reasons to make you feel better. And and it doesn't mean that you get in trouble or anything, because like I don't know, just people find it really hard to talk and speak out, and find it really hard to do that as well. But yeah, even though I'm not, obviously not depressed anymore, but I still talk to a school counselor once every week, and even if I'm not upset one week, it's just nice to talk to someone. It's just important to let your feelings out. And yeah.
yeah. I definitely agree. Like, but sorry you had to go through that. Like, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And like hair loss as well. You like because it's hard, isn't it? Because like especially when you're young, like it's hard to speak to people, I guess, for you, because like it's not something that you would want to go through at your age. Like hair loss.
Yeah, because like in like at the start of the year, like my brother and my dad had like a car accident, and then like my dad broke his leg later on in the year, and my grandma, she was with us, and then she had to go quickly because like she lives in another country, and she had to go quickly back to the country that she lives in because of coronavirus. And then coronavirus started, had this argument with my friend, and my mum was quite anxious, I was anxious, and then my other grandma was supposed to visit us, but she couldn't because of coronavirus. And then it was just a lot. And I still, like, my doctors, like, they still don't know what caused my like hair loss and stuff, but like obviously there's no cure for alopecia. So um but what they're saying is that they think it's caused by stress, and apparently it got triggered by coronavirus, like the actual disease itself, which is quite surprising. I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, yeah, it's quite hard to go through it because you're yeah, I lost a big part of myself that I can't like talk, that I can't get back. And I
Yeah.
don't know if my hair will grow back. Obviously I am wearing a wig now, and I got my eyebrows done because all my hair did fall out. Um but yeah, it doesn't really affect me that much anymore because I just learned to deal with it. And I just think it's important that people do know that even if you do have something different about you, it doesn't mean that that it doesn't have to affect you that badly, because you're still the same person. You just it's just different.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking so much.
No, I better you talk than me. But yeah, I think it's really good that you talk about that, Hannah, because it's something that like it's good to raise awareness of it, like how other people. Um, because like I know it's not it's hard like even just to talk about that, and like I imagine when you first had it you were very upset, first
Yeah.
diagnosed with it, and I think that any diagnosis is really hard at the start.
Yeah, because like I just think that you know, anything, it doesn't matter what it is, but it's just it I don't know, it's just when you get diagnosed, it kind of feels like someone saying that you're different, even though they're not saying it directly, but you have something different about you that you didn't know about. And it's just like someone stating to you that you are different. And it just I don't know, it's really hard to go through it first because, you know, obviously no one wants to have something about themselves that make, you know, like a medical condition or anything like that. But at the same time, I think it makes us all unique and it's quite, you know, important to talk about it. So
Definitely. Uh, I completely agree. Do you do like for it? Do you have to take any medication for it or anything?
so I've actually had a lot of treatments in the past. So I've had like steroid creams and I've been on steroids in the past, you know, like and like but it would also like, you know, tablets and stuff, but it would make me feel really sick because you know, we talked about this earlier on that I said I had to miss like this drama rehearsal because I was sick 1 week. So this whole week I was like I threw up one day, I had really bad stomach aches, I had really bad headaches and dizziness, and I just felt completely horrible and I got really tired and I had insomnia and it was dreadful. And like none of these treatments work properly because like they just it's different for every person because like I don't know, it's really weird because everyone reacts to it differently. But it can help with the hair loss, but with mine like it didn't. And if it grows back it just falls out immediately. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the next, you know, next treatment to see if this one's going to work. But yeah.
Mm. Hopefully, fingers crossed it does.
Yeah.
Because I've also been on steroids too. For my Crohn's, and actually, hair loss is actually a symptom of Crohn's too. Like when I was younger, I had really thick hair. And now, I don't. I have hair, but I hide it sometimes. You know, like I don't. I try like in the mornings I'll brush my hair like you could not really see it, and like it's like I got a bald patch on my hair. Um, as well. It's not the same, but like with what I have, it impacts my hair. I think the medication does as
Yeah.
well, that I take, and like I had that bald patch, and I talked about it probably for the first time a couple of weeks ago because I thought why not talk about it because like you all talk about it now.
Yeah.
It's important because just to tell people, and a good if you get good support as well is really important.
Yeah, because I think that like I mean it's obviously good to have like a good doctor that gives you medication and gives you, you know, like, you know, advice about it. But I think it's important to also have like if you are going through mental health problems, you know, when getting diagnosed or something, it's obviously like a big a big impact on your life. And I think it's also quite important that, you know, you might speak to a counselor sometimes about things because it just, you know, like they're there to listen to you and that's their job and otherwise it wouldn't be there and they want to help you. And I think that's quite important for people to know sometimes as well, because like if you do have to speak to a counselor, it doesn't mean that they're forcing you to talk to them. It's your decision, but they're just there if they want, you know, if you want them to be there for you. And yeah, so I think it's quite important to get help sometimes. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, it's really important, and it's good that like you get to speak about it because like I guess what was it this year that you got diagnosed with it, Hannah?
No, I got diagnosed in like 2020 around May. So it was like a
Okay.
month right after my birthday. And then basically, I think near the end of May or June, I went right back to school. And my hair loss was like really bad then. So I had like a bunch of my hair here, like my whole palm, but that's how much it was gone. It's gone in the back, like my hairline had gotten really like, you know, wider and it's just horrible and it was like really hard to hide it. And then I did eventually speak to my class about it and they were quite supportive. When I did it the same in high school, they were supportive at first, but I think it's quite different in high school because like people were nice to me for like a week after that. And then I think a few weeks after I talked about my issue, but I started like using it as a way to make fun of me. So, you know, I think um it doesn't bother me anymore, but I just you know, it was just was really hard at first, because it happens all so suddenly, and
Yeah.
if you either get diagnosed right when it starts or just along the way, and yeah, it's yeah.
The good thing about it though is that like when you get diagnosed with anything, like you find out, I guess you find out who your friends are a little bit, don't you? Because
Yeah,
are they going to be like you said, are they going to make fun of you, or are they going to support you, or they going to don't care that they don't need to. You don't need. No one's perfect, are they? So they don't need you to explain yourself to them. They just need to be a good friend.
yeah, I've got like I find like there's three different types of people that that have, when I talk about my diagnosis, for example, like my condition, um people, so I can either have a friend that fully supports me and they will listen to me if I ever want to talk about it, or people, pretend to be my friend or they immediately start making fun of me. Or there's another person, like I've got this friend, I told her about my issue, and whenever I'd see her, she'd be like, "Oh, your hair looks really nice there," but she didn't even notice it before. And like, whenever she'd bring up the subject of hair, she'd be careful not to say anything. And every time she did say something, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about if I said this," or "I'm sorry about that." Obviously, they want to be careful about what they say, but you don't want to be treated like glass. You don't want to be treated as if you're fragile, because like, it just, it's okay for people to be there for you, but just not to treat you like you're different. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely, I completely agree, and it's good. It's good, like to talk about it because I didn't know much about it before you mentioned, so
Yeah.
it's good. It's good, and it's good to talk about these kind of things. Or like even like multiple council events. If you're comfortable enough, you can speak about it. Like it's the reason I decided to speak about my Crohn's was because of the I take medication that cancer patients take, so I form for it, so I get quite vulnerable. To if I catch a cold, it's a lot worse. If
Yeah.
for anyone who would take immunosuppressants, but the amount I take is a little bit quite
Affect
dangerous.
your immune system and stuff.
Yeah,
Because like, for example, when I was like on my steroids, I got COVID like during that time, and I got really bad COVID. Like it was like really bad. And I think, because it takes a toll on your immune system, and it's like kind of makes it weaker, so you have to be extra careful. And but
yeah,
yeah, I think that at least it helps. I think there's, everyone has to make sacrifices, but you
yeah.
know it's
You
like
know, I mean, you don't expect everyone to understand.
yeah.
Like me saying that in front of everyone, probably good few didn't take in what I was saying, but I don't expect them to. I just all I said was just stay a few back or like personal space because personal space should be a thing anyway. Because I think now like people like to go quite close. I think they get a little bit that COVID is still about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but the talent show was fun though. All
Yeah,
in all.
it was really fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed some of the acts because like there was like this, that act when someone was like really loud, I forgot which, when they dressed up as a character.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it
that
was
was
quite
funny.
funny. Yeah, it was quite funny. And yeah, it was a lot of singing, but it was quite nice. Yeah, I think it doesn't like, even though singing it come up a lot, everyone has a different voice, and that's quite nice because it's different, and even though
Yeah.
people are still doing the same thing, they do it in a different way. And yeah, I really like the talent show. It's really fun.
Would you like it to be like a yearly thing? Like,
Yeah, it would be. I think it would be great because maybe different people might show up, every year, because you might show up again if you went the same time before, but maybe if people saw that people come the year before, they might get excited to do it the year later, because they want to be a part of it, or they
yeah,
might see that other people enjoy it so much that they could do it as well. And yeah, and
yeah.
yeah, it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if maybe some people in the audience who liked watching it may, like you say, might want to act on it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the good thing is like it did really well. Maybe because like the World Cup was on when it was on, which is why I think it was that particular time. I think if it was maybe an evening, maybe going forward, that would be better maybe for people because people may work in during the day. I know it's a Saturday, but people might be a bit busy during the day, maybe in the evening.
Yeah.
Um,
And
but
they could do it. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it was really good. Like there's different ones that like we know there's going to be another one. Like I think there will be a talent show. It'd be good to make it every year, but there's still other events like you got the one we talked about, that conference.
Yeah, I think they changed the name of it. I've got it
Yeah,
actually written down. Got
the
the
Young
title.
People's 2023 or something.
Yeah, it was like the
Young People Voice.
the Voice of Young People conference. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
yeah.
Like you got there, the people
Got
can
my
do
whole
speeches as
notebook
well.
with the names and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you write it all down.
Yeah, I've got like a speech prepared for it already where I'm just like I'm talking about like how I was self-conscious about I'm talking about like things and about like how people react to like when you talk about medical conditions or diseases, and and basically it's just me going on about how I think that it doesn't matter if you're different, but people should understand that people should have a bit more empathy, and I'm just kind of going on about that in it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm sure it'd be really good because you got different people, I guess, turning up at this time. Um, I'm not sure how many people are going, but I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, because of all those like there's different groups and like organizations that are going to be there, and I think it's going to be really fun because like, there's loads of people coming, so I think it's going to be quite an enjoyable thing to see, and yeah, maybe
Definitely.
meet new people. Not sure how much I can rely on myself and my social skills as talk to random people. I don't really talk to that many people in the talent show, but I still think still the possibility.
Yeah.
Hope, yeah,
Well, you, you was at the lights, wasn't you? Oh no, you was at the computer a lot at the talent show. You was,
me.
yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't at the computer in the talent show. I was
Oh
sitting
yeah.
down in the audience.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm remembering when I got there because you was helping at the start, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I think so. Not sure.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all in all, the talent show was a success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Really fun. Well, like there'll be more things like there's always things involved with the middle school council that you can do. How to like there's always going to be things. Um.
Yeah, and also I think it's like it depends on how much you involve yourself in it as well. Because if you are in a lot of groups in it, you can really go all the way. Because I think like in this last 2 months, there's been a lot more meetings than there has in the past year. And yeah, it's actually quite enjoyable because I don't really go to any clubs and stuff out of school, and the multi schools council is something that I do out of school, and I think it's quite fun to look forward to the meetings because yeah, when people do show up, it is quite fun to hear lots of people talk, and yeah.
Do you enjoy them when you go?
Yeah, so like the last meeting with like the about the conference that's going to be in
Yeah.
April, that was like the first meeting that it was me and other people, because before it was just me and my friend in it, me and Dilly, we were just
Yeah.
there with Kieran, and then now it was like a lot more people, and I'd never actually seen most of the people on the thing before, and yeah, it's quite nice to hear their voices and to hear what people have to say, and yeah.
I think it's a very good idea with all these different groups because there's different meetings where you can meet new people, like you say. Um, like you get to meet different people with different ages as well. So it is really inclusive and fun to do that.
Yeah. And like you don't have to talk, but like, like we get asked questions and stuff and you do get to talk and you might get to not comment, but like agree or disagree with other people's opinions. Whereas like, at the event at the talent show, it's like I think everyone had their own act and they were just focusing on that. But in this you have to kind of cooperate more and do more teamwork and yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun and like it's quite frequent as well. Like at least every couple times a month, even now. Like you say, like before it was just maybe once every few months. Now it's more frequent, so it's really good.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
long have you been in the multi-schools council for?
I have been in there quite close to when it started, really.
Wow,
Um,
long time.
like I was probably similar to your age. Like, what year are you in?
I'm in year 9 now. Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
I might have been year 8, year 9, when I was ambassador.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it was a couple of years it started. A fair few years. I was about maybe one of the first year ambassadors. Um, like Charlie was the first one, and then after that, a few others followed. I might have been the third or the fourth. But
Yeah, wow.
yeah, so I've been in a long time, so it's progressed like since it started because it's getting more well known, I guess, and you got more people getting involved. And like when I
Yeah.
first started, there wasn't much meetings, and now there is, so it's really evolved. Um,
Yeah, I think it's yeah, I actually really think that it's a good thing that the multi schools council, because I mean, obviously it's a good thing people are trying to make a difference and stuff, but it kind of like I don't know, I hear a lot of people talking about, how they want to make a difference sometimes, but they don't really do much about it. But the multi schools council, there's that point where you can actually do something about problems and you can actually get involved. And I think everyone there it's like everyone's really friendly as well. And I think that because like there's not there's obviously that there's no definition of normal, but that everyone there has something different about them, and it's quite nice because like you don't feel like you're different from everyone else. You don't feel like singled out, or because everyone has something to talk about, and I think it's quite nice to be there with other people.
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like always involved in all different things. But I don't think anything, not anything till next year now, because we can't do anything at Christmas.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks or the 3 weeks of this year, I'm not sure. Might do a
No,
few events, see how this works out. But
no.
yeah,
Um, one year we might be able to do maybe a Christmas party or something. Maybe
yeah,
that'd be nice.
yeah.
Um, but speaking of Christmas, what's your favorite part of Christmas? Um,
So a lot of people that I know say that they like opening the presents and stuff, but I feel like Christmas kind of ends there because you open the presents and then you don't really do much after that. I like New Year's, not New Year's, God, sorry, Christmas Eve because so because like my family, because like we're Romanian and we don't really do much of like I'm not sure what the British traditions are, but we don't really have like Christmas dinners, and we just do our own thing. We might play Christmas music and we just talk about the next day, or watch Christmas movies, and we just like do loads of Christmassy stuff. And yeah, and yeah, I like the feeling of it, and it's really fun, and I like giving presents to people, and yeah, loads of this random stuff. And yeah,
like because you're at school, do you get all these cards and pass them to everyone in your class or something?
I did in primary school, but now it's like everyone's got their own groups, because like I also think it depends on how big your class is, because like my school, it's got like I think 1,450 people in it, and basically there's 200 and something people in my whole year group, and like 9 classes. So basically, because we have like different classes with loads of different people, depending on different subjects and stuff, like there's not just one class that you can give cards to. So it's just to my friends and stuff. But in primary school, I remember when my mum would make me like write loads of cards for everyone, and then we had to write, "Dear this person, thank you for I don't know, Merry Christmas," and then from, and then do another 30 of those, and then send them out every year. But yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't miss not sending Christmas cards to people because it was just so much effort.
yeah,
Um, and like, and it's annoying. Like other people in the class would do it too, and you would wonder what you're handing everyone else, and I'm not getting one. You're giving me, and
exactly. Yeah, because like my brother, he's in like year 2 now, and like he insisted on making his own Christmas cards this year to give to people. Not making his own, but he has to write them, and then he wrote about like 20. I mean, we didn't know all the people in his class, the teacher sent out a list, but he was like determined to do it off of his memory, where we had to make a list of all the people in his class and then try and sum it up to 31 to see if he missed out anyone. Then he would write down all the names of the cards, and then he would like, write the cards, and halfway through it, he got bored and he asked my mum to do the rest. So yeah. And I remember like when I was in year 6, like right before like lockdown and stuff, because like Christmas, like this kid, he had a card for me and for his friend, and like I think our mums were quite close, and then like because I wasn't really that close with him, and he gave me, and he's like, "Okay, did you get the Christmas card I gave you?" And I said no. And he said, "Oh, it must have gotten lost somewhere," because like we had like, this post box in the school, and the teachers would deliver it out to classrooms. And I said, "Oh, well, thanks for the card anyways, even though I don't have it." So very chaotic.
it's just it's annoying, and I haven't done any Christmas cards this year, except from maybe family, but I don't like it. I like Christmas, but like you say, Christmas Eve is a really good time of year because like
Yeah.
you're getting ready. I always every year I think I listen to a Christmas song before I go to bed. Um, because my favorite Christmas song is I think it's Walking in the Air. From
Oh yes, I know that song.
yeah,
Yeah. Is it from that movie with the snowman, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. You've got it there as well. Yeah, yeah. I like that song. Um,
Yeah, we would watch my brother, yeah, he would watch the movie
yeah.
every year and now he's obsessed with it. Yeah,
Uh,
my primary school they would make us watch it, in Key Stage 1
yeah.
every single Christmas around 2 times, like or 3 times before we broke up, we would watch that movie. And then that song would be stuck in my head for the rest of like December. And yeah.
Yeah, like I like the ones from Home Alone, like like the
Yeah, I
Carol of the
like Home Alone.
Bells.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. But yeah, there's so much about like. But the only thing about this year, I'm not gonna have roast on a Christmas day because I don't. It's I guess like do the routine a little bit. Like I get
Yeah.
bored having it. It's every year, like every year, roast dinner, roast dinner, roast dinner. Well, I want roast dinner this year. Um, like it's like a yearly thing. Like you have to have turkey, you have to have all of it, and um. I might have it on Boxing Day instead. Why not?
Let's get KFC, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why not? Why not? But yeah. But last thing, Hannah, before we go, because we spoke about a lot.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any advice to anyone else about maybe mental health or Christmas or anything?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess just if you do want any help, like I think people shouldn't be afraid to speak up because, no one's gonna make fun of you. People are there for you, even though you might not want to know, you understand that. But I think people should just, not be afraid to speak out because there's obviously going to be at least one person on this planet who can relate to you. And, until you find that person, it's good to try and talk about it because, if you are going through like a medical issue or anything else, like it's not just you getting affected, it's the people around you. And if you just kind of open up with them, they can, you can just talk it out and you can feel a lot better about yourself. And yeah, also with Christmas, if it does snow again, because a lot of people had problems with the ice here and there's like a lot of like people slipping. Yeah, definitely wear snow boots. My Christmas advice.
Yeah, you got to wear sign boots.
Yeah, I would see people like walking around in crop tops on, I don't know, Monday, literally, like it was like, and it was literally, I don't know, like, I don't know, 1 degree outside. Don't know why, but yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
weird
mad.
trends.
It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah,
But yeah, well, thank you for sharing about like your about your journey there. Hannah has been I've learned something as well.
yeah,
Well, it's good. It's good to talk about that, like mental health, Christmas, hobbies as well, like drama.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to talk about this, and I hope you've enjoyed your first. I think it's your first podcast. Is it your first podcast?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Have you
fun.
enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. You have to do this again.
bloopers video.
Yeah, a bloopers video. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, to anyone who's listening to this episode, I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you whenever the next episode on the podcast will be. But yeah, thanks, Hannah.
Okay, bye. Thank you.